Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Just Keep Swimming 1111. Hi guys. So today I wanted to do a reading on how's that healing going between you guys. Wanted to do something different. For me as a reader, going in the same relationships, every day can get draining, so sometimes it's good to do something fresh. And I felt like today it was a healing day. Restoration. Kind of like our reading yesterday, it spoke of restoration, which really is healing. So, oops, sorry about that. So I wanted to just kind of see what your healing journey looks like at this time between the both of you guys. I think I'm just going to do a collective. I might pull some, a couple cards for the DM and the DF just to kind of get individual energy, but it's going to be more of a collective reading on how's your healing doing. Oh, darn. Nope, I'm thinking, sorry. I think it is better if I go ahead and separate it. That's all of a sudden what I start feeling. Just separate it. So that's what I'm going to do. I want this message to be clear and easy to understand. So I guess that's what I'm going to do. Hi, Samuel. Hi, everybody. So I'm going to get into the vibe, into the moment, if you guys don't mind. As you guys know, today's Friday. Today, in the magic world, it is a day of love. It's a day of healing, but it's of romance, passion. Not passion in the sense of sexual romance, but passion towards the way you feel towards someone. Passionate about your healing, passionate about your protected relationship. So I'm going to go ahead and burn some rose sage. It's a loving sage, as you guys can see. And just kind of cleanse the energy and really get into your relationship. Today is going to be a love healing reading. So if you're not in a relationship or you don't have anyone in mind that you need to heal with, this would not be the reading for you. And I would suggest you just, find another reading today that would be more suitable. Whenever you're doing a cleansing of your cards, a cleansing of whatever, going clockwise is you putting your energy out there to do healing. And doing a counterclockwise is to receive healing. Another little yin-yang kind of thing. Spirit, please cleanse and purify these cards. Give them new, beautiful energy. Are you guys still here? Okay. Hi. That was very weird. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and continue. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. So anyways, we're going to just try to do this and hopefully everything goes well. I think it will. All right, let's just try to cleanse the energy again, huh? That was weird. I don't know what happened, so I just don't know what's going on in this world today. Spirit, please cleanse and purify these cards one more time. Cleanse the room, cleanse the energy. Give us harmony and balance. Give us lots of harmony and peace. Cleanse these cards and show me how the healing is looking between the divines. What's going on with their healing? How is this going? Please reveal to me the truth about what's really happening on this healing journey, what the issues are, what's been handled, and what is on the way to be handled. Spirit, please cleanse and purify these cards. Be with me, Holy Spirit. Give me a message of truth, love, and light for the divines on what's happening in their healing. Cleanse my mind, cleanse my spirit, cleanse my hands. Give me truth. Let me see truth, make it plain, make it obvious, make it easy to understand. Okay, whoa. Okay. All right, so we're back in business. All right. So let's just see what's going on. And you guys can be male or female in a masculine or feminine energy. It's just an energy. We do shift sometimes also. So if you notice that maybe you may have recently shifted, that's okay. And we're just going to go ahead and just move forward and just keep swimming, like I always say. Like I always say. All right, Spirit, reveal to me what is being healed for the divines. Show me the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy. I will be having the divine masculine on the bottom, just like the chakras, which is masculine energies, and I will be having the divine feminine on top, just like the chakras and the energy. Okay. All right. All right, let's start with the divine feminine on top. What are you healing, divine feminine? How is your healing going? How is your healing going? What is really going on in that heart of yours? Entrapment. Bottom of the deck is family and tribe. So loyalty has been a real issue for the divine feminine. Who you choose to be loyal to is what I'm feeling. You've been loyal maybe sometimes to a fault because you feel like this is your tribe and you'll do anything. You'll fight and conquer anything. So part of your healing is who to be loyal to and who not to be entrapped or enslaved to. I do feel like you are enslaved into a family, a collective group, and you feel like you owe them or you feel like you must fulfill a duty there. You do feel stuck a lot of the time, and this is what you've been working on, is how stuck you've been feeling. Stuck in your mind, stuck in your heart, stuck in your journey, just this entrapment, okay? Let's look what else is going on. Actually, I'll wait for the masculine. Let's just keep the feminine energy flowing. Spirit, please reveal to me the divine feminine's healing journey. How is this going for the divine feminine? Wow. You have love and service. Again, you are in service of those that you love, okay? This is Virgo, Leo energy. And you're just like, you know, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things and in all people. You have seen the good in your masculine. You have seen what they can be, who they really are. That is a beautiful gift. But again, you're healing on how you show love, on how you are in service of that love. I feel good when I can help others, which is probably what you do 90% of the time. You help others. this service. You're always in service of your lover. You're in service of your community. You're in service of your family. But again, and I know this is something you hear all the time, you're not always in service of yourself. Let's just be honest about that. It is what it is here with love, entrapment, tribe, and service. It is what it is. You serve others, and clearly what's being healed is you serving you. Okay, that is something that you've been working really hard on. Show me the Divine Feminine's healing journey with her lover. Show me the Divine Feminine's healing journey with her love. Show me the healing journey. Strength. Leo energy again. Bottom of the deck is innocence. There could be a child involved. The unicorn does have a small unicorn there. So there could be little family, little children involved. You're trying to look out for them, and you're trying to look out for your divine. There's an innocence to this. Take time to play. Nurture your inner child. Live with a childlike sense of wonder. There is some healing of your inner child that needs to be done. A lot of this is subconscious. A lot of this you're not aware of. I do suggest some kind of a meditative journey. You can do that through a shamanic journey. You can do that through a guided meditation. But really revisit that inner child. Okay? That is something. There is something to that. And because the Divine Feminine is normally the nurturer and the caregiver, I don't think you notice or understand that this is something going on in you. And yeah, someone said Virgo keeps coming out. It is. And there's Leo again. So we have this happening. Now we have Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. They're all together. It's like a family, a tribe, right? They're so close to each other, back to back to back. There is a very connected energy between these signs, okay? And Strength card says, this is a challenge, and it's supposed to make you stronger. You will get through this on the other side. Look for the gifts in this situation. I believe that the Divine Feminine is in a very deep, difficult situation. You have really been forced to go through the fire. You've really been put through it. I mean, this is a very difficult journey for you. It has not been anywhere easy. It hasn't even been downhill once, it feels like. It feels like the only fun in your journey is helping others. And how fun is that? I mean, it's fun, but you know what I mean? It's been painful. It's been a definite trying experience. And you've been doing it with a big heart. You've been doing it without a second thought. You haven't been judging. You've just been doing it like acts of service with a big heart. There's no, oh, I don't want to do this today. I can't do this. I don't want to do this. You've been very giving. Show me your spirit animal, Divine Feminine. Show me your spirit animal. Huh. The butterfly. That's your spirit animal today. The butterfly marks death and rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. And I think you do, even the hard parts. The hardest part today and right now on this journey is letting go and not being fixated on the past. It's about you going into that chrysalis, that cocoon, and coming out something else. That's probably going to be the most uphill battle of this journey to date. you having to let the old die. That is going to cause so much emotions inside of you. You're going to go through some battles doing this letting go. There's going to be maybe some crying. There might even be some shaking. There might even be some anger. Whatever feelings start to arise and come out from letting this old person go is going to rock you to your core, but it's also going to make you more beautiful. It's going to help you fly. It's going to help you overcome all these obstacles. You're going to feel like a burden has truly been lifted. So right now, your only focus is letting go of the past. This is going to take all your strength, because you're going to feel like you're being forced to let go of your love, but you're not. No one, not even the divine, is asking you to let go of your love, but it is letting go of the past and what was. That's going to take some healing. I recommend some massage therapy for that and some Reiki. I do recommend you get those hot black stones. Go to someone that does that, and they can rub your back up and down with those stones and really douse you with some selenite, some purification, and some healing. I do that privately here in Colorado, but obviously not everyone lives here. Go ahead and find someone in your area that does do that, okay? Because honestly, I've been too busy lately anyways to do all of that. But I do have my office with my massage table and my Reiki gear and all that stuff. But I really am taking a break on it. So even if you are in Colorado, I would still suggest find someone that does that. Oh, yay. Sabrina, you said my cousin does that. Great. This is definitely what I would recommend. Okay. You might even want to bring your own gemstones. A lot of you guys have a collection of your own gemstones, and I think that's important to bring because you have a relationship with them. And, for instance, I have this malachite, and I got it because it's the shape of a heart. It's a beautiful stone, and malachite is very strong for wealth and abundance, but also deep healing. It's very heavy. And I got this for the heart chakra. It's the center, it's the biggest. And you lay this in the heart chakra area. If you have malachite, even if it's small, that's fine. Just get something that you can put there in the middle of the heart chakra. You can also do rose quartz. A lot of you guys have rose quartz. Put that there in the center and ask this Reiki specialist to go ahead and put that there for you. Okay, so your energy can be healed, and that stone can absorb any painful memories, any painful pain period. So you can work on your healing. Okay, I do recommend that. Bottom of the deck here for your spirit animal is the goose. And it's the inner knowing. You guys are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident and you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry. You are blessed. Let yourself fly. So this is releasing worries and being a part of a group. Bottom of the deck earlier, you got soul family. Well, you got tribe, family and tribe. And then here you have a collective group also. So know that for the divine feminine, a lot of your challenges are together. You are mirroring with other soul family. A lot of you guys are on the same journey at the same time. You're all headed in the same direction for healing, okay? So know that as the divine feminines are together, even the butterflies are a collective group. Know that and imagine in your healing that all the divine feminines are butterflies, and you are all there together as a group of feminines. And as you take in all the pain and you release the past, imagine you all coming out of your cocoons at the same time. Coming out and stretching and fluttering your wings, getting them dry, stretching them. And then all of you start flying up together, rising together, so you can fly on your journey. And I think that's a good visual when you're healing, knowing that you're not alone. knowing that you're not the only one that is feeling the amount of pain, the sadness, also the freeing energy that you'll feel, the burden lifted once you guys have let this person go. Now, that might sound scary to some of you guys. Steph, I really don't want to let this person go. If you're not ready, don't do it. I don't want you to do something you're not prepared and ready to do. This is going to be a very monumental time in your life. This is a very deep, restorative, healing time. And yes, Corianne, it's like a purge. So this is a big moment. And if you're not ready to jump, don't do it. You'll catch the next wave, you know. Imagine being out there surfing and there's waves coming in. You're going to catch the next wave, okay? If you're not ready, don't beat yourself up. It has nothing to do with your progress, and it has nothing to do with you lacking anything on your journey. It just means you're not there yet. But if you are here and you are ready, it's going to be a very big moment for you. And I'm excited because I can feel the excitement that you're moving forward and making progress on your journey. Okay, so there's that. Let's get another message for the Divine Feminine's healing journey. Show me what's being healed. Show me what's being healed, please. We have Page of Pentacles. We have Justice in reverse. And we have Six of Swords resolution. Bottom of the deck is Book of Secrets. What's being healed is you never got justice because there were truths never told. There are things that were never admitted. Okay? There were things kept from you and kept from other people. It just never made it to the justice table for you. It just never got resolved. This communication that you were waiting on maybe never came through. It was supposed to. Spirit encouraged your divine counterpart. Call, text, reach out, show up, say something. But you didn't get that closure. Okay? You didn't get that justice. It's in reverse. Libra energy. You could have some battles here with a Libra or a Taurus, Virgo most likely, but also Capricorn. Okay? And you wanted to move on with this person in a good way, but there was no resolve. This is what you're letting go. This is what you're healing. And the world is underneath that. Completion. A lot of you guys don't need that. You've made a decision, Two of Swords, to let that burden go. 10 of Wands. You're not going to suffer carrying the weight that justice was never given. You're going to give it to God. You're going to give that to the universe. You're going to say, I'm going to let you deal with that, God. I'm going to give that to you. The fact that this person kept secrets about how they felt. Ooh, Cancer energy all the way. 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups. The admittance of true love. The admittance of having a family. The admittance of marriage. Thank you so much for that super chat. A 555, thank you. So this is just, it never came to pass. This happy family. This happy reunion, this joyful occasion, this true love. This person did not come through on promises and did not come through and give you that justice and give you that righteous action. This person failed you. This person might have even failed a child. We got that with the unicorns earlier. Okay, there could be an innocent little life in the balance between the both of you. And if it's not a child, it's just the innocence of your relationship, your inner child. Okay? whoever and whatever that was for you, inner child or child, just know that you're going to move on. You're not expecting justice anymore. Do you know how it feels to just not expect justice anymore? To not expect any action? When you let it go, it's a forgiveness, am I right? Not a forgiveness that you're okaying what happened, but a forgiveness in the fact that, you know, my justice never came. I never got that closure. I never got that righteous action to fix our family, to fix this energy that needed to be fixed. I give it to God, and that is the best thing to do. And there is closure in that with the World card under the Book of Secrets. There is closure. It may be a secret closure, but it's a closure. And the world is yours now. I believe the way God works is we receive what we give. If you give forgiveness, if you give love, if you give peace and understanding, if you give freedom and release, you're going to receive that. So I do believe that you taking the action to kind of, in essence, let someone off the hook, not legally. I mean, if there's legal ramifications, that's going to come through regardless, but spiritually, just spiritually. If you're going to let somebody off the hook and say, you know what, you did me wrong. You did me real wrong. And you did our child really wrong. But I forgive you for that. Not because I'm okaying what you did, because I'm moving on. Six of Swords. It's a very painful moving on, but it's a moving on. And it's like, I will take this pain and give it to God, release it, let it fly away with the butterfly. And remember that this is a collective healing. Oh, thank you. I saw another super chat. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Did I miss an earlier one? I'm sorry if I missed somebody. I love you. Thank you so much. Anyways, thank you. Deborah, yes, unconditional love. Unconditional. And I think this freedom that you're going to give them is going to help that person heal. But it's going to make you cry and it's going to make you heal. But that burden, that weight is gone, and there is going to be tears. There's going to be a lot of pain. This is no easy thing. This is like gut-wrenching. Ugh. I've been carrying this so long. I've been carrying these wands. Now I'm burning them. I'm making a fire. Burn these wands. Burn them to the ground. I'm not taking them with me anymore. All they did was hurt me. All they did was bring me down. All they did was stress me out. All they did was make me feel incomplete. All they did was make me feel like I was suffering every day. All they did was make me feel sad, heavy laden. That's all they did was weigh you down. You know, it's sad, but they say when you want something bad to happen to somebody else, they deserve it. They deserve justice. But if you hang on to that anger, that sadness, that terrible feeling of injustice, it's like you're grabbing onto a piece of hot coal and you're holding it for the divine to come in and throw it at them. You know, this figuratively speaking, that sword of justice. And you're holding on to it like, I've got it. Whenever you're ready, divine, I've got the coal. Give it to them. Give it to them. I've even heard some readers. And if you're watching me, listen. If you want to put your foot on the back of someone who's done you wrong, and you want to see their front line, watch their karma, if you want to be there and be a presence in the fire that's going to come down on somebody, you're hanging on to that coal. And the only one that's getting burned is you. When you're hanging onto that coal, it's hot, it's heavy, it hurts. And you're waiting to hurl it off at them. But you got burned in the process. Your hand is now scarred and singed and it's burned. Am I right? And the only one that got hurt is you. The other person didn't get burned with the coal. You did. And this is freeing yourself from that. Saying, I don't need a coal. I'm going to put the coal down. I don't need the coal. I don't need to watch. I don't need to wait and see. I've let it go. And you're sad. And you're saying, where is my justice? You know, I watched a movie. You guys probably know it. It's The Shack. And I think of this when I see The Shack. He, you know, long story short, he lost his daughter. She was kidnapped and she was murdered. And he didn't get justice for the murderer. And he had for years been miserable and his family was falling apart. He was depressed and he was angry and he was hurt and he was obsessing over the injustice. He couldn't let that go. And so anyways, God pays him a visit. He's going up to this mountain. God reaches out to him and he goes to the mountain to where his daughter was kidnapped and he blames himself. He blames himself for her kidnapping. He blames himself for her murder. And he goes through this great transformation. And he meets God in different forms. A woman, the Holy Spirit, Jesus. He meets God in different forms. And they send him on this healing journey. And at the end of the journey, he finds his daughter. And he has to bury her. They help him find her body because he could never find her body. And they find her and he holds her and he cries and he says, no, I don't want to put her in the ground. Because he never let her go. He never put her in the ground. And he kept saying, that's all I want. I just want to put her in the ground. Give me her body. Let me at least give her a proper burial with her family. Let us say goodbye. And then he gets that and he's not ready for that either. And so he's holding her and he's saying, I can't do it. I can't put her in the ground. All that I ever wanted, I can't put her in the ground. And so Jesus does it. And this is Jesus holding you. The ascended master. He says, you don't have to do it. I know it hurts. And this is you having to put this in the ground. The death of it. And you're looking there gasping for air. Just, are you kidding me? This is it? I can't let it go. I can't do it. And Jesus is like, I know this is terrible. You feel the injustice. It's the injustice. Now it's really in your face. You never got that closure. You never got that justice. It's in your face now. And you have to let go of getting it. And then on top of it, Jesus asked him in the movie, forgive that guy. And he said, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. No. That murderer to a child does not deserve forgiveness. He deserves your wrath. He deserves to burn in hell. Don't you have wrath for someone that hurts other people? Don't you have wrath? And God says, I don't think you know who I am, and I don't think you understand what I'm all about. I want healing for him too. And that is the hardest thing to accept. So now we have to let go of justice because God wants to heal this wrongdoer as well. And he took him on this other journey. He went into a cave and he met justice. He met the judge. And she said, come on in. So I heard you're pretty good at judging. I heard you're pretty good at knowing what injustice is all about. Come sit down on my chair here, and it's time for you to make a judgment. And he says, hey, that's not my... I never said I wanted to be the judge here. I just said that I want justice. I want you to be the judge. Thank you, basketball fan. Thank you for the 1111. And she said, no, I think you're pretty good at judging. You do a lot of judging. You judge what's right and wrong in your world. You judge all kinds of things. So I think you're an expert at judging. So come have a seat. And so she showed him a clip of a child being beaten, whipped, and probably raped or who knows what by another being, father possibly, or just a stranger, who knows. And then that child grew up and hurt somebody else. And then it shows another vision of that child being abused and then growing up and hurting somebody else. And she goes, it's a never-ending cycle. These innocent children, what do you feel for them? And he said, it's wrong. Those children should have never been harmed. Where's their justice? And in essence, she was saying the man that harmed your daughter was that child. And now he felt guilt because he felt bad for that inner child, which is what we've been also looking at, remember? Inner child. He felt bad for that inner child and his child. He felt bad for both of them. The only difference is one was grown and knew better now. But the pain was still there. The innocent was still taken. And he cried, of course, and that's what you guys are going through. It's this burden. It's like, damn it. How can I expect justice when that person experienced injustice as well? And basically, justice said, how can I give justice to someone who is also suffering an injustice? Because the cycle just goes on and on. If I take vengeful vengeance on the unjust, I learned that they themselves suffered an injustice. And if I follow that trail, then the person that did it to them also suffered an injustice. And it goes on and on and on. And then that's where your heart, your beautiful heart, comes into play. And you understand. You understand that that person was also hurt. And you understand that hurt people hurt people. You understand. And it's that moment where you say, I don't want to be the judge. I don't want to be the judge, and I don't want to cast the stone. I was treated unjustly, and it was terrible. And it kills me, and it hurts. But I can also understand their hurt, and I love them unconditionally, so instead of wishing hate on them, I wish I could pay that person a visit as an inner child and forgive them and give them love and hope that in this next life they will never do that again and they'll be saved and protected, and let's just heal this world. Let's heal evil people. Let's heal the wrong. And it starts with forgiveness. And it starts with letting it go. Letting go of the injustice. Because you understand. And that is kind of what the Divine Feminine is going through. Is the understanding of injustice and the letting go of a justice that's not going to be given, which includes anger and wrath, because this person has suffered as well. And the Queen of Cups understands that. The Queen of Cups does understand that. And real forgiveness starts by just loving yourself, loving them, and letting them be free. You know, real love is allowing people to be free. Saying, I love you and I let you go. You're free from this. You're not on the hook. You're not on the hook anymore. If you don't want to do the right thing, if you don't want to fix the injustice, if you don't want to make amends and have resolution to this karma, then you're going to create a hell of your own making. And even God in that movie said, people that suffer create their own hell. They create their own hell, and in my opinion, because of the law of attraction. If they know they're guilty, if they know they could fix it, if they know they could be righteous, if they know they could change, if they know that they have it in their possibilities to make this resolution happen, but they're choosing not to, that's going to be a hell of their own making. The karma they're going to receive is of their own making. Their own worries, their own pain, their own suffering, and their own loss. It's not that God has to swoop down and take vengeance. It's they're going to create their own hell. Because I do know this. They carry a very heavy burden of guilt. The same way you carry a heavy burden of I never got justice. So believe me, they're also going to have to let this go. And they're going to have to take action to make this better on their part. You're doing your part. Your part is going to require quite a bit of sadness, quite a bit of tears. So, if you're taking the action to let this go and move on to a painful resolution, at least you're moving on. You're not going to carry that burden anymore. And that's better than doing nothing. So it looks like you're going to give a nice goodbye and a death here to whatever was holding you back in this situation. Let's get some clarification on some of that. Can you please show me, what this might look like for the Divine Feminine? Show me the Page of Pentacles, because there is a form of communication, and that could be a prayer to God. It could be a sweet word to your lover, a goodbye. It could just be a written word that you burn, whatever it is. It's some form of, I'm going to communicate my feelings, and I'm also going to take the first step towards resolution. So what does that look like from your perspective? Oh my gosh. The return. Cycles ended. Reconciliation. Coming back. Blast from the past. Interesting enough, this person may return. The Page of Pentacles may be a returned message. You may very well get that communication. Once you've done a releasing, you may very well get this, I'm sorry. This could be a real apology. This could even be a visit, okay? There could be this person coming back. And when I have bottom of the deck, thank you for this lesson, very big. I also feel part of your lesson that you're going to be learning is a return to yourself. You lost who you were a long time ago on a journey of heartbreak. You kind of lost who you really were. What you looked like, what you loved to do, your passions, your pleasures, all the things you always wanted to do. You were so busy caring and being in service of your soul tribe, of your lovers, your divines, of your family. You were so busy in service that you did lose yourself. And now in this Page of Pentacles, you're returning to yourself. You're loving yourself, you're giving back to yourself, and you're thanking everyone for this lesson. And I think that's another message for you. Okay, so I think it's both. I think it's both. The return of the feminine. Thank you all for this lesson. Thank you for showing me that I have the strength to do this. You're growing. You're growing into a better person. Okay? All right, so let's look into your Divine Masculine. What does their healing journey look like? Bottom of the deck. That kind of looks like a reconciliation to me. Or hugging their mother or hugging a Divine Feminine. You know, it's just that embrace. What does the Divine Masculine's healing journey look like? Okay, well, it's that one. Ooh, healing and masks. All right, so they're taking off the mask, doing some very deep healing. Look at that. All right. So kind of coming back to themselves as well. Doing some deep restorative healing. And look at those tears. Told you there's some tears. Look at those tears in her face. She's really going through it. She's really letting those tears come down. Okay, your divine masculine is really doing some good healing. And isn't that good to know? A lot of it is by playing a role, by being someone they're really not. They've been pretending. They've been people pleasing. That requires some very deep healing. Number 11, there's a sign. They've been doing some of that deep restorative healing. We're going to read all these oracles in a minute. I just got to get the cards out, okay? Okay, whoops. So 2 cards came out. I might just keep them. Look at this. Look at what I'm looking at, guys. For the masculine, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So they're coming out of denial. And that was one of their masks. They were wearing a mask of denial. They were denying their real pain. They were denying the truth. Because here we have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So a lot of this they've kept to themselves. They haven't been honest with you, and they haven't been honest with other people. But this is what is being healed. Bottom of the deck here is, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good relationships. They're healing their relationships. They're healing relationships with their family, their siblings, their parents, their children. They're healing the relationship between both of you also. But what they're going to be working on is knowing that every relationship that they've had was damaged. And mostly every relationship was damaged because of the dishonesty and the denial. Wearing a mask, being someone you're not. And they're learning to take responsibility, because I think this person has not taken responsibility for their part, for their actions in all the relationships. And the common denominator, masculine, in every relationship is you. That is the one thing in common. With all of your damaged relationships, it's you. And so when you acknowledge that, hey, it's not that person's fault. It's not the crazy girl, the crazy guy. It's not the other crazy girl, crazy guy. It's not that I always keep running into crazy people. It's not that these people don't appreciate me. It's that you're having failed relationships because of you. Even with siblings. If you want more communication with your siblings and you want them to have a relationship with you, don't expect it to come from them. Expect it to come from you. Just like the divine feminine waiting for justice that never comes, this person is learning that relationships are not just going to be handed to you or given to you. Relationships require action, honesty, and work. It doesn't just happen because it's blessed. It happens because you work on it, because you want that. And so this masculine is learning this, okay? It's a whole new honesty for him or her, okay? Show me what the masculine is healing. Deep restorative healing. Polarity. Bottom of the deck is compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. You guys are awfully mirroring. You're really mirroring. It's this deep restorative healing for yourself. You're healing yourself and finding your power, your strength. This person is healing themselves and taking the mask off and seeing the truth. Compassion is a really big message here for your masculine, in the sense they've learned to have compassion on themselves. The reason they've been so hard on you and so hard on other people is because they are so hard on themselves. Masculine, no one's been harder on you than you. All the guilt, all the heavy burden, all the weight, you carry. And you're not easy on yourself. It's like you keep living a very painful existence because that's the prison you put yourself in your mind and in your heart. And because you're in that prison, this is what your experiences have been. Loss and separation and difficulty. It's been very hard. We have polarity. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. And this is facing your shadow side. This is the masculine facing the shadow. Because this masculine was in denial that they even had a shadow side. Even though their secret alter self would tell them you have a shadow. They said, nope, I'm being a better man. I'm being a better woman. I'm doing the right thing. I am taking steps to fix my life. I am changing my life. I'm busy establishing relationships. I'm feeding this relationship and I'm feeding that relationship and I'm giving to this person. And so on the facade, on the outside of the mask, they were trying to portray that they're a better person. And even when they looked in the mirror, they were still wearing the mask. So there was no admittance. There was no admittance of the shadow. Even though they felt it and it was in their deepest, darkest crevices, in their subconscious, in their dreams, in their deepest knowing, it was still being hidden by a mask. What's happening is the masculine is taking down the mask and seeing the ugly truth. And this polarity is embracing the shadow side. Okay, I have a dark side. I'm not the saint that I try to act like I am. And the masculine is really learning that, no, you're not a saint. You're far from a saint. You've done some dirt. You've hurt some innocent people. You didn't want to face that. Maybe it was too hard to face. Whatever it was, I'm trying to feel what this masculine is feeling. It's so painful they can't even face it. They haven't been. Whatever they did to whomever they did, it was so terrible. It was such an atrocity. It was such an attack on the soul to someone that this person doesn't even want to believe that that could be them, that they could do something like that. And everybody else that knows them does not believe that that person is capable of being so cold-hearted. But they are. You know, it's like they did a dirty little deed and they don't want anyone to know that. They don't want to know that they hurt someone so badly to the point that person was shaking and crying and suffering and just in complete dismay at what the other had done. And it's just like, oh my God, I don't want anyone to know. This is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Do we have a Dr. Jekyll and a Mr. Hyde here? Because that's what I feel. I feel like this person goes to work, has a life, has a family, has a Facebook, has a whole nother identity. And they're Mr. Nice Guy or they're Mrs. Nice Girl. But deep down, behind that facade, behind the mask, is someone that did some dark things, that hurt someone, that lied, that stole, that was dishonest, that was taking advantage of someone. someone that made promises they didn't keep, someone that even involved innocent lives, because we have the innocence card. I really do feel that. I feel there's innocent lives, whoever that could be. There's innocent people, maybe even children involved, and they involved them knowingly. And it was their fault. It was their fault. They might have brought a child into the world and abandoned that child. They might have met a woman or a man with a child, you know, and gotten close to that child or been a part of that child's life and turned their back. They might have led a woman astray, making her think that, you know, there could be a marriage, there could be a home, there could be a family. And the whole time there's some alter family. There's some other life. This happens, guys. This happens to people. They could have told a feminine, you know, I'm ready for you and I'm ready for this, and got them heavily involved, and then walked out on the journey and ghosted them. You know, whatever this is, just know that innocent lives were hurt. Innocent lives were affected by this masculine, and it's too hard to bear. It's too heavy a cross to carry. I don't want to carry that cross. I would much rather put the mask on, live my life, and just act like, you know what? No, I didn't do that. I did not do that. And if it's, you know, if it's them having another family, wow. I mean, how would you feel? How would you feel if there was another family? I don't know what's going on here with this person, but there's double lives and there's an alternate. Maybe they have multiple personalities. Maybe not. And I just blew my candle out unknowingly. So let me relight that. So this person has a dark past. And it's certainly something not everyone knows about. Ooh, and you know what? This is a sign. I had to relight a candle because I was trying to cleanse something. If you're trying to cleanse something, and you might have to relight a fire. I think this masculine accidentally put a fire out. Okay, this masculine put a fire out, a flame. And they have to relight that. It's like you have to go backwards and relight something. You have to go back and address something. This, you know, again, healing the relationships. Okay? Healing the relationships. Under that is fear. Fear. Fear of what? Being truly happy? Happiness. This person doesn't know what real happiness feels like. You want to know what their happiness feels like in this relationship? Hard work. Working 9 to 5. Or working, you know, 2 to 10. You know, this is hard work. Their jobs take a lot out of them. It's a full-time job at work, and it's on their feet, and it's heavy laden, it's heavy burden. They don't want to be there every day. This might be working 6 days a week. You know, this is just a heavy burden. Their work is hard. It's laborious, or it's time-consuming. The relationship is always in service. Let me cook. Let me clean. Let me put gas in the car. Let me open and close the door. Let me do the laundry. Let me do the dishes. Let me take care of the kids. This person's always busy. This person doesn't have a moment to just be. And this person is consistently working. It's like if they're not working at work, they're working at home. When it comes to the relationship, their intimate relationships, it's the server. This person is in service, just like the feminine. This person is here doing whatever needs to be done for the other lover, serving them. What do you need? What do you want? You know, always in service. never receiving. And so they're in this cycle of consistently giving their life away. Giving their life away to a job, giving their life away to a family, giving their life away to a relationship. And this is their karma. And all the Divine Feminine wanted to do was exactly the same. Give. Give to the masculine. Be in service. What do you need? What do you want? I will provide that. And the Divine Feminine had all the energy in the world to give to this masculine. But do you see both of you guys are mirroring polarity? You're both in this action of service, service of others. You're serving the masculine and your family, feminine. Masculine, you're serving your family and your career. But both of you do not serve yourselves. Because if you both served yourselves, you would be happier. And so this is the imbalance. Masculine does carry guilt, or he wouldn't have to have so much compassion for himself. Let's get the spirit animal. What is your spirit animal? So I have the humpback whale, singer. This person could be a very good singer. This person may have a beautiful voice, like an angel. They could have a beautiful voice. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. If this person aligned with their real purpose, they would be singing to the world. I think this person has a voice and loves to sing, maybe is very musical. I think this person has a big heart and a big, beautiful soul. But no one gets to see that. It's always under the water, just like the humpback whales. It's always under the water, under the surface, under the mask. So this person doesn't really let their true self come out and align with their purpose. Let's see what this surprise animal is. The owl, an inner knowing. And believe it or not, I've been channeling this for days. Magic. Yeah, it literally says magic. I'm done with the whole magic talk, guys. It's been a magic talk for days. Your person is very magical, and part of their true purpose is being a magical being, but they haven't embraced it. Divine Masculine, let's talk. Did you grow up ultra religious? Did you grow up with family that just didn't believe in silly things like magic? Have you been in relationships where people think that's crazy or they judge it? Do you know that you have a very magical side to you? Maybe hard to believe, masculine, but you do. And you actually are very curious about magic, the law of attraction, candle work, because your soul is drawn to it. Your soul is drawn to it. Period. And so you are naturally attracted to your divine feminine, which is an owl. The divine feminine energy is an owl. You are naturally attracted to the taboo nature of your divine feminine because she embodies and embraces what's really going on in your inside, in your thoughts, and your feelings. Your divine feminine, and this could be true for some of you guys astrologically speaking, the masculine's moon sign, and I'm okay if it's tropical or Vedic, it could be either, but I feel the divine masculine's moon sign is the divine feminine's sun or rising sign. even their Venus. Not their moon, though. But I feel like the divine feminine is showing physically, embodying this divine masculine's moon sign, okay? So it means that whatever this divine masculine is thinking and feeling, their deepest thoughts, their innermost feelings, their true selves, their secrets, their emotions, their deepest parts, the divine feminine embraces it fully in the sunlight, out in the open for the world to see, which is Venus, rising for sure. I think rising would be number 1. Sun would be number 2. Venus would be number 3 if they were in order, you know, as far as importance. But I do think the divine feminine is definitely showing the divine masculine the embodiment of what their deepest thoughts and feelings are. So this is why you're mirroring. And this is why, in my experience with astrology and twin flames and divine soulmates, they always mirror. There is a connection. And if you involve Rahu and Ketu, the north and south node of the moon, into the equation, the masculine and feminine would also align on a 1-7 axis where one or the other was on either side, Rahu or Ketu, north node, south node. And that represents your karma. Does that make you guys karmic partners? No, it does make you fated. It means that you are destined to be with this person, destined to know this person, see this person, learn a lesson from this person. You guys are definitely mirroring. And so to clear your karmas, your past life karma, Ketu, that's what's going on. To clear your north node of the moon is to clear your now karma, the karma that you're doing now. So I feel that also your north and south node of the moons will align. Masculine, feminine, they'll be very direct, and I think there might even be another planet in that node. Example, Rahu and a moon, or Rahu and a Venus, Rahu and a sun. That could be there, or vice versa, Ketu. Ketu Venus, Ketu moon. You know what I mean? There's definitely this aligning with the karma. And really, Ketu does show your past life karma, south node. But it also shows you your deepest, most comfort, your comfort zone. Whenever life gets shitty, whenever life gets tough, we go back to Ketu. Ketu is what you know very well. Ketu connects you to your last life, your past life. So if someone is connected to their DM through a past life, it will be seen with Ketu, south node. If someone is fated like a divine soulmate in this life, it will be connected to the north node. You are destined in this life. And Rahu's going to do everything he can to suck that and make that happen, like pull it in like a black hole. Just, he's going to pull and attract that relationship like nobody's business. So there's so many deep connections. And even when you get involved with Mars, that represents your drive and determination and your fight. And Mars talks also about your sexual energy. And a lot of people are aligned with Mongolic energy, and I've said this time and time again, but Mars in the 12th, 1st, 2nd, 4th, 7th, and 8th house. And if Mars sits there in both of your charts, even more so that you guys are drawn to each other because you carry the same Mongolic energy, which is rebellion, which is fight, which is gumption, which is sexual power, which is, both of you have the same heart. Okay? Anyways. Certainly fated. So with the Owl Magic card, it says, choose to know the truth because you can. Masculine, open your inner vision, your third eye. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So you have it in your family as well, masculine. You have it in your family. You have magic in your family, and you may not even know it. But you have magic in your blood. It's your birthright. You were born divine masculine to embody a magical experience and to be definitely tied to a divine feminine. I mean, this is just what you were born into. But again, notice how you guys are mirroring. Divine feminine's in the business of letting go and burying the past. As painful as that may be for her, she will rise again like the butterfly, flying. And again, you're a flying being also, masculine. You're the owl. That's your spirit animal. And it's trust your intuition and be guided. You have an inner compass. You have an inner guide. You're also being asked to let go of the past. So ultimately, a lot of what you guys are healing is forgiveness. Forgiveness of each other and forgiveness on this path, which is a very big message for both of you. And the polarity, the mirroring is just beautiful. And even in the chariot, the black horse represents the divine feminine because she represents the dark, the moon, the night. And the white horse represents the masculine, okay, which is in the light. Everything in the sun, okay, it's that masculine energy. The sun is masculine, the moon is feminine, which is why black-white is masculine, feminine. But here the masculine is, the feminine is embodying the black horse. She's embodying her divine feminine energy. And masculine, you are fully embodying the white horse, which is your masculine energy. Even in compassion, you're a white horse. So you are embodying this masculine energy. But look how you're together. This is like a union energy for me. Even though you're facing your shadow side, your feminine is in your heart. Your feminine is in your shadow side. Your feminine is a part of your darkness. And together you're to move forward like the chariot. So this is very symbolic for me as the chariot, which is moving forward, Cancerian energy, healing of the heart, of the home, of the family. So family, heart, and home is in both of your guys' energies. Just saying. Let's get some energy here on what else is being healed for the divine masculine. Ooh, the world, marriage. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay. You got 4, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it. Oh my God. Recognition. 6 of Wands represents honor. It's also a Leo energy. This king is getting crowned. Okay, we have a Leo king in the house. We have a Leo king. We have someone here that is really into crowns and gold jewelry. We have somebody here that wears gold rings, gold chains, gold bracelets, whatever have you. This person is also very into watches. Magha Nakshatra is what's pulling in for the masculine energy. This could also represent someone's Venus. But what's happening here for you, masculine, is the ending of a marriage. Plain and simple. Let me hold these up, even at the bottom of the deck. Look at that. Marriage. There's my card. The world, completion, ending, marriage. Broken karmic cycles. The chain is broken. And the 4 of Wands, union and marriage. This isn't the message for every single person out there, but look at it. How can you deny this message? You ask me how you can deny this message. The message really is there is a ending and a breaking of any karmic cycle as far as how the divine masculine views marriage. There is a point of view and a perspective on what marriage looks like. on what it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to resemble to the world. It is also the ending of a marriage. So you take that how that resonates, but this is definitely an ending of a marriage, or the ideal of what a marriage looks like. And I'll be right back because Maddie's trying to go out the door. Okay. So anyways, that's a big message, huh? The world, broken karmic cycles, and marriage with the Four of Wands marriage. Divine Masculine, however you perceive and view marriage to be, is extremely important because it's made every decision of your life. It's like you've been married to your work. You've been married to your job. You know, you've been married to your... You're just so committed. You're so committed to things that are not real. And that's a karmic cycle. You being married to someone, you being married to... It's like you commit. Why do you commit? I think that's the question. Okay, that's what's coming into my channeling. Masculine, when you find yourself making promises and getting married or making, a commitment, it's always based on some karmic cycle. It's like you marry someone for money, or you marry someone for legacy and status, or you marry someone because of children. You marry someone for other reasons other than the fact that you really want to get married. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I'll marry you. Marriage is like a bargaining tool. Marriage for you is like just a coin. It's no big deal. I'll marry you. Sure, why not? Because you don't value yourself. If you knew that marriage was an everlasting commitment, that it connects a soul to another soul, it affects them on a karmic level, that you're going to engage in karmic activities with someone and build a life, create karmas, you probably wouldn't do it. And I'll be right back because I think the door got opened again because my brother and sister-in-law left. So let me check and see if the door got locked. Let me see. Oh, I'm just checking. These are up there. You guys going to the pool? Oh, that's a big drive. Yeah. My gosh, all right. Cool. I love you. Love you too. Ah, nice. Sand dunes. Okay. Maybe that's a sign for someone. My brother and sister-in-law are going to the sand dunes. It's like a desert. The Great Sand Dunes are just these huge mountains of sand in the middle of our country. So it's very unique. And Anyways, there's probably something, there's an omen, there's a reason. Okay. Sorry about that. I was getting a phone call. Okay, so anyways, you're committing to people like it's no big deal. It's like, you better marry me. We've been together 2 years. You promised. You know, if you love me, you're gonna marry me. You know, I'm not gonna spend my life with someone that's not gonna marry me. And the masculine, you say, okay, fine, let's get married. Here's a ring. Here's what you want. Here's the paper, signature. And it's nothing to you. You don't value marriage. This person does not value marriage. This masculine. If they are legally married somewhere, there's no value. You got married because it was an obligation, or because it was going to serve you in some way financially, or it was going to serve the children. Maybe you got married for the children. You did not get married in your heart because you were madly, deeply, truly in love. And that's what a marriage should be, is madly, truly, deeply in love. But you don't get married for those reasons. And the same way you commit yourself to your job, it's not that you're so happy and fulfilled in your job. It's you commit to your job because it's an obligation. You must make money. You know them. They're good people. Or it's consistent money, or maybe it's close to your house. So there's other things that play into this, and you commit. And you don't just stay at a job for a year, 2 years, or 3 years. Oh no, you'll stay at a job for life. You're a lifer. So you commit to a job you hate, and you stay there for years, maybe 10, 20 years, to something that you're just not passionate about. Maybe you once were. Maybe there was a time where you were passionate. But that died a long time ago, and you're still there. And I think that's what's going on. Even in the marriage, if you are married, it's like, this died a long time ago, but you're still there. Thank you. So do you guys understand where I'm going with this with the masculine? It's like the way this person values commitment in marriage is not what it seems. And there you go. Okay, I just dropped cold water down my shirt. Hello, good morning. Okay. That was cold. That was real cold. It's a good thing you weren't watching me on camera. You would totally see me freak out at the cold water. Like I have a hole in my mouth and can't drink water properly. Like a normal human being with lips and cheeks. Can I not hold the water in my mouth? Oh, I'm so glad you guys don't get to see me. That's the benefit. Okay, let's keep going. All right. So anyways, we have honor. So 6 of Wands. Under that is 4 of Pentacles. This is holding on. Certainty, the little crab, not letting go. Stubbornness, not letting go of these commitments, even though it's been dead and gone for a very long time. And then cleanse is in reverse. This is you unwilling to clean up this mess, unwilling to purify yourself, unwilling to let go and release yourself from this mess. This is what's being healed. And the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. This is not being receptive, not giving and receiving properly. You give too much and you don't receive enough. You are the one giving, but everyone's talking about you, masculine, saying you're not giving enough. When actually you give everything, but you're giving to the wrong person. This is what this is all about. You're giving to the wrong person. This is Virgo energy. Doesn't have to be. It could be a Taurus. It could also be a Capricorn. But you're giving to the wrong person. And then Ace of Swords. You're not seeing the truth. You're not waking up. Sun in reverse. Wake up. Wake up. Hello. Good morning. Sunshine. Enlightenment. Aha moment. Clarity. Not here. But we're making progress in the healing way. Stepping up, moving up, making progress. Where? Oh, to the Tower. Okay. So Divine Masculine, you knew this day was coming. Everything that you touch falls apart. That's probably what you tell yourself. Steph, everything that I try to create, everything that I touch falls apart eventually. Like something blows up in my face. There's an unhappiness. A sun in reverse is unhappiness. Masculine, you're not happy. Don't look at this. Don't tell me. And you lie. Ace of Swords in reverse. You lie about happiness. You say you're happy. You put on the mask. You know what that reminds me of? A clown who's crying on the inside. Me and my kids were watching The Joker the other day and crying on the inside. He had a big smile and a big painted face, and you can dance like a little monkey for everybody to be like, oh yeah, you're doing a good job, clown. But you're not. You're just entertainment. Entertainment. And I feel like the gladiator in the movie. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? You came here for a show? Are you not entertained? Because you're so busy living your life for everyone else, masculine. The karmic. The wife, the kids, the job. And I hate to say the kids, but some people live their lives for their kids and they're never authentic. Have you ever met those crazy parents? They have no life. Their children are their life. It becomes a sick attachment. They do not know themselves. Or those people that throw themselves into their job and they don't even know themselves. They are their job. Like, who are you? I'm a lawyer. That's what I do. Okay. Who are you? I am a lawyer. No, you're not understanding the question. Who are you? What do you do when you're not doing your lawyer work? What is that person? And they're like, I don't know, because I'm always working. I don't know. I bring my work home. I wake up and I go to work. I go to lunch and I'm thinking about work. I'm always working. So you're your work, I guess. That's not fun. No, it's not. Do you have anything you like to do? Well, I do take a vacation 2 weeks out of the year. Maybe. Where do you go on that vacation? I go to Hawaii, I go to Greece, or I go camping. Do you like that? Yeah, I do, but I don't value it enough that that's going to be my life. Do you want to change your life, or do you just like it the way it is? This person needs to reassess their life. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. I'm back. anyways, let's, get off this negative topic. And Divine Masculine, honey, it looks like you are breaking free. So I'm not going to focus on what's been wrong, because you know what's been wrong. But you also need to know that all of this business has been karmic cycles. You need to know that your commitments were not made from the heart. They were made from the mind. And there is a difference between making a commitment from the mind versus the heart. Now, I'm not saying you never operate on a heart level. I'm sure when you get excited about marriage, like any normal human being, your heart is pity-pat. And you're like, oh my God, I'm getting married. It's a beautiful day. My family's going to be there. I'm getting married. I'm connected. And it's really exciting for like a month. But then you get into the routine of it and it becomes complacent. It becomes mundane. And that's any marriage, but especially this one, because all of a sudden it becomes your job. And again, unfulfilling, because you're not living from your real self. I think you need to know who you really are. And again, you're a magical being. You're sacred. You're intuitive. You're smart. You're wise. It looks like you could be a singer or a songwriter. You're lyrical, okay? You're good with words. And a lot of you is under the surface. The whale under the water, everything's under the surface. So I just want to round this up, wrap this up for you, masculine, and tell you that a majority of who you really are is hidden from the world. And a majority of what you feel is under the surface. And I think you really need to understand that, because I think you really, truly have been living in denial. And you think you're happy, and you think this life is going great, and you think everything is grand, but it's all automatic like a robot. You're robotic. You are a metal king. You are just going like the Energizer Bunny. And this needs to end with the world. And I do believe that is what the healing is. I don't want to scare you, but masculine, it does look like whatever marriage you're in, it is going to end. It has a time limit with the world and broken karmic cycles. This relationship is going to founder. It's like the Titanic. It crashed into a iceberg, and even though it was still floating, it was going down. And it was going down quick. And this relationship is drowning. It is sinking. It is going to end. There is an expiration date here, and this milk is expired. Okay, if this marriage was milk, honey, it's expired. You are keeping expired milk in the fridge. Maybe you literally have expired milk in the fridge. I don't know. But you know this, and this is recognition, 6 of Wands. It's like, Stephanie, look, I'm a masculine, right? I'm speaking for you, masculine. Act like you're talking to me. I'm going to speak for you. Steph, I'm a masculine. I know, 6 of Wands, what this relationship is. I know that it's done. I know that the love and the passion is long since dead. I know that my career is not enjoyable for me. I know that where I put my energy in doesn't fulfill me. I know. I do know that deep down in my heart, but I keep doing this like I'm on a wheel, and no matter what, I just feel like I don't have control over my life, and I can't stop it. I'm on a train, and the train is on the tracks, and it's chugga chugga choo choo down the tracks, and I can't stop it. Because even when I try to pump my brakes, I'm still going. So Steph, every time, speaking for the masculine here, every time I try to slow this down or talk about a separation or bring up a separation, que sera, sera. They don't want a divorce. They just want to stick with me. They want to stay in it, even though it's shitty. They won't leave, even though they know there's dishonesty. And I don't have the balls or the gumption or the courage to just end it myself, because I just don't have the energy, quite frankly. I don't have the energy to end the relationship. And I've tried to bring up divorce, or I've tried to bring up separation, and they still stick around. So I'm just in it. And you feel like you're swimming around, treading water, getting nowhere, because they're just in it. They're not going anywhere. I feel like you've even tried to quit your job maybe a couple times, and they laugh at you and go, huh, yeah, right. You're going to quit this job. Okay, I'll see you Monday. Or maybe you've even walked out of this job and quit. And they're like, they call you back. Are you coming back? Did you have enough time away? We want you back. And then you're back. You know, I feel like it's easy for you to fall into these cycles. And this is what's being healed, is really the truth for the masculine here is acknowledgement. Recognition and acknowledgement because of the mask and the denial. It's acknowledging that this is a problem, acknowledging that what I'm saying is true, and that hurts. And you're going to have to cry and release this as well, mirroring with the feminine. It's one of the hardest things you're going to have to do, is to look at yourself and know that what I'm saying is true. That's probably the hardest thing for you. I don't think letting go is the hardest thing for you. For the divine feminine, that's the hardest thing, because she doesn't want to let go of you. But masculine, you have no problem letting go, because the real problem here is you already let go. You don't have your heart or your feelings or your spirit into this marriage or into this job or into your life. It is not there. So you've already let go. You've been free from an emotional connection for a long time. But you're just there physically. Your body is there, but not your spirit, not your mind, not your heart. So letting go is not hard for you. Seeing what you're doing to yourself and what you've done to others, especially the feminine, that's what's really hard. Taking responsibility and looking at yourself for what and who you are and the decisions that you've made. Because right now, living a lie is a lot better than facing the truth. One more time. Masculine, you living this lie is a lot easier, and it feels better than facing the truth, because that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt like a mother, okay? That's going to hurt. You know it's going to hurt, because as soon as you face that truth, mask comes down, boom, heavy guilt. Boom, heavy, heavy, heavy guilt. Let's see how you feel about this. You guys are going to like it because I talked about magic. I'm not going to do a big magic spell on live because people are controversial and kind of assholes sometimes. But I am going to do a little candle magic, another call. I am going to do a candle magic setup so you guys can work on your healing with a candle today. It's going to be more about love and relationships, healing a relationship, okay? It's not going to be about you guys reconciling and coming back together, but it is going to be a healing ritual, which you can do every Friday, about making harmony between you guys. That is probably the goal, okay? And that's what I'm going to do. But anyways, how does the divine masculine feel about this? Good news is on the way. Oh, good news is what? Say what? I feel like I have to reshuffle, and I am, because I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. I could be in denial, but maybe I am, because I have denial. I do have denial, but I'm in denial. I mean, what is this good news? And masculine, I feel like you're in denial. Like, what kind of good news? The bottom of the deck here, I still love you, even though I'm not showing it. So you're saying there's still love between you and the feminine? Hard to believe. It's over here dying, getting buried. And you're telling me there's still love? Yeah. There's still love. I'm going to shuffle one more time because I am in denial. Don't believe it. Divine Masculine, how do you feel about your karmic situation? And then we'll ask about the Femme in a minute. How do you feel about this karmic situation? How do you feel about this? What I'm saying about you, about your commitments, about your relationships, about your marriage, about everything. How do you feel? Oh my God. This keeps coming up. Keeping secrets, not telling you everything. There's more to the situation than meets the eye. This is the iceberg. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? The masculine is an iceberg where 70% of its mass is under the water, hidden from plain view. Okay, just like the humpback whale, which is under the water, which where do they live? They live in Hawaii too, but also in the Arctic, also near Alaska, where there's icebergs. And believe me, this is your spirit animal. A majority of what you have is underneath. A majority of who you are is hidden. So you are keeping secrets. And the way you feel about this karmic marriage or this karmic relationship, whatever commitment you're currently in, be it a job, family, love, relationship, whatever this is, they do not know who you really are. Okay? And you are admitting that. I reshuffled and it's coming out, and there is just more to the situation than they even know. There's more to you than they even know. So you're just admitting, yeah, I do keep secrets from my karmics. Believe me, I do. Underneath the exterior and the mask, I never thought I'd miss you like this. Not only do you miss the feminine, because you do. Flat out, you miss the feminine. You also miss who you really were. You miss who you were before all of this. You miss being that fun person. You miss being that funny guy. You miss being that singer, that dancer. You miss being that lyrical songwriter. You miss going out to concerts and living your life. You miss going out in nature. You miss being in the arms of your divine feminine, laughing and tickling and talking about magic. Yes, magic. The thing that you can't talk about with anybody else. Only this relationship is between you and your feminine. You guys can talk about spiritual magical powers, and you guys don't think each other is crazy. But if you share that information with the rest of the world, they think you're crazy. So you miss being yourself, talking about spiritual things. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the truth, which is good. Honesty. Honesty and denial. You are seeing the truth, and this is what's being healed. Seeing the truth is being healed. So, bottom of the deck for the feminine, you have a choice. More options, fork in the road, blessings, doors being opened. You're going to be given choices. You don't have to continue on this journey with the masculine. I think the universe is going to give you a break. I think the universe is going to tell the divine feminine, now that you have released this death of this relationship and injustice, I'm going to give you other options. You don't have to stay pursuing this anymore. I'm going to give you somebody else more worthy, somebody else worthy of your time, somebody else that will love you and treat you with respect and honor, somebody that's going to cherish you. But you have a choice, because you can also just be single and pursue your journey and see what happens with this person, you know? And there's maybe a possibility for a reconciliation, which I don't see why not. But it is on a timeline where it depends on this person's healing. You're not going to be gifted this relationship. It's not going to be done for you. It's not going to be magically fixed and handed over. It's going to be based on this person's growth and how they are moving forward. Mm-hmm.
I found this bill in your plant. This bill.
Oh, okay.
Buried in dirt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you found it. Thank you.
So which blue is this?
It's just a purple fungus beetle.
Okay.
Okay, go take him in the kitchen, please, and close my door.
Why?
Because I'm still working.
I know, I'm not taking him in the kitchen.
Okay. So anyways, that is your options, okay? So you get options. Masculine, bottom of the deck, you're going to see the truth. Whether you like it or not, the truth is coming for you. This is a part of your healing and you know it. Whether it comes all at once like a wave, like a huge tidal wave, like a typhoon, like a tsunami, it's going to hit you like that. Or it's going to come in pieces, little waves of knowings. But either way, in your future, starting today, starting now, the truth is going to be revealed. And as the truth is revealed, pain is going to come up. And there's going to be healing. So there's going to be all kinds of healing energies that are just like waves of healing. For a lot of you, because of the Tower card, I do feel that it's going to come all at once. For a lot of you. But it doesn't have to. But you are making progress. And this relationship is going to have some resolution in the future. I know that. But it does start with the releasing of the past. And both of you are mirroring that. I'm going to go ahead and read some of these cards now that we're getting to the ending of this reading. We're going to go into healing. Honesty. Being truthful with others is a slippery business, masculine. You are expected to tell and expect to be told white lies. No one wants their feelings hurt, but sometimes a strong dose of reality is needed. No one can tell you definitely in what circumstances an untruth would be better. But honesty is usually the best policy. You and only you know in your heart when the right time is to be completely honest. The only time you must be absolutely truthful is when you are addressing yourself. You must at all times be present and authentic with that self. Only by being yourself do you draw the people and circumstances that you most need to learn from. Are you going outside again? Did your uncle and aunt not lock the door? I'll be right back, guys. They're not locking the door.
Mom, we did it.
Okay. I still have to lock the door regardless, so I can sit in peace.
Mom, I think you.
I love you too. Excuse me. Move so I can lock the door.
You're my sweetheart.
And you're my sweetheart.
I love
Look,
you.
there's a mop.
Oh, Mom, don't snack it.
I'm not going to snack it. Yeah.
No, don't. I want you to.
Okay. He went outside, but he flew over here on this side, and I'm sure there's a moth out here. So why don't you go out here and find some moth? You got a whole out there to play in. Yeah, you need to go play in the backyard. I told you not to interrupt. Can you do it? It's fine. Close the door so no moths don't come in. Outside flying around in the bushes. Okay. Back again. Had to grab the keys. Can't be running around like that. Okay. So honesty with yourself. And that's, again, just the overall message for you. Let's see, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight and awareness. It's time to open up and be completely honest with yourself. Wow. You see how that comes in again? Be completely honest with yourself at this moment. Buried fears and resentments do not die. Woo! I'm going to read this nice and slow because you really need to take this in. Buried fears and resentments, when fears was behind relationships over here, they don't die. They just fester. and they cause dis-ease. Only by bringing them to the surface and examining them in the light of day with love and compassion will you banish them from your life. Oh my God. Love and compassion. And look what you have here in your feminine's energy. Love and compassion. So you really need to know that this is a real, true, honest message for you, masculine. You do have resentments. You do have fear. And it's time to face that. This is a real reality for you. It may bring you pain and heartache to reflect upon the situations in your life which you have been in denial about. But you are only giving them power by suppressing them. They are dangerous seeds of denial, and they will grow and they will spread and they will manifest unless you uproot them, examine them, and then release them. This is the only way to become whole and healthy. Do not bury painful emotions because it looks like you are hiding and burying those beautiful feelings, that beautiful heart of yours. Don't bury them. Deal with them as they come up and take all the time you need to neutralize them without hiding them. Your soul wants you to live with honesty and authenticity right now. Don't hinder it by placing this on pause and placing emotional landmines on your path. And I think that's exactly what you go through. You have emotional landmines. And what does that mean, Steph, for the masculine? Masculine, it means that in your relationships, if somebody triggers you, pushes a button, reminds you of your child or your past or your ex-lover, or reminds you of your, anything that is touchy, those are emotional landmines. And anyone who's walking on eggshells in your life has to be careful not to bring that up, not to bring up that subject, not to talk about whatever it really is that gets you, because they know that you still have emotional connections and feelings. And these are just landmines. You're sensitive, and people do have to walk around eggshells, or you feel like you have to walk around eggshells around people because maybe you might step on a landmine. If something gets brought up, if a memory is triggered, there goes the landmine. So you can't live your life like that. And mostly you've been hiding your emotions because I think the truth is that if you really did face these feelings, it would change your perspective. If you really started crying because you really miss this divine feminine, you might want to go back to her or him. If you really start thinking about your connection with your child that you've been abandoning, it may really trigger something in your heart, and it may make you want to hug that child, cry and apologize to that child, and make amends. And that's scary for you because you don't have enough faith and belief in yourself that you're a good enough man or a good enough woman to be who they need you to be. And so it scares you. And that's the real truth. That's the honesty. It also scares you to go back and get involved with a feminine because maybe the truth is you're deeply attracted to her and you can't stop yourself from desiring her, but you're in a situation, another commitment. And so you don't want to reconnect in any way because you won't be able to hold yourself back. And acknowledging that you still have feelings for her or him could mean one thing, that you made another bonehead commitment to someone too fast, too soon, and for the wrong reasons. Obligations, family, legacy, money, you get it, you got it. You know what I'm talking about. Acknowledging that you still have feelings for somebody else, even sexual in nature, you're going to acknowledge that it's more than sexual. It's deep. It's intimate. It's fated. It's not just sexual. And if you open your heart and you accept that you have these deep emotions and feelings for the feminine, oh my God, that's just another can of worms. It means that there's something else out there. It means that there is a God that fates people together. It means that you do have divine contracts. It means that this is a special connection. It wasn't by accident. It was by fate. It was destiny. And opening up that can of worms for you was like, oh my God, all of this is real. The magic, the connection, the deepness, and that crushes your reality, which is what it's supposed to do. It is supposed to crush your reality. Absolutely. So that's the Tower. It's going to crush your reality. And my God, Stephanie, I can't allow that to happen. And that's where you've been repressing and suppressing. Suppressing emotions and repressing memories. Repressing feelings and suppressing feelings. Hiding who you really are, keeping secrets, not telling your people in your lives everything, and that there's more to this whole thing than meets the eye. And you're just living this lie. So let's read the relationships that are getting mended. And listen, by no means am I instructing you to go back to someone. For all I care, you can stay there with your current relationship. But what needs to be done for your deepest healing is facing these truths. And if all these feelings come up, 9 times out of 10, yes, you are going to be guided where your heart belongs, which is with somebody else. But you don't have to. You have a choice also. And if you choose to put that down and let it be dead and call it good and go in the next life with them later and just finish out this karmic contract, then you can do that. But at least you'll have met these feelings and seen these truths and felt them and taken action on some kind of a reconciliation where there's some kind of a closure for you or a healing for you. So by no means am I pushing you in either or direction. I'm just saying that for your deepest healing, you need closure. And closure is not what you have currently. And you don't even have acknowledgement. You have denial and masks. So that needs to come off for your healing, and then you can go wherever you want to go, wherever you're led. Okay? So in relationships, it says, in this dimension, in this world where we live, there is a sense that we are separate from one another. Also that we meet by chance. An illusion, right? This is an illusion. I just said that. You don't meet by chance. It's not true. It's destiny. The people in your life are drawn to you and are here with you for a reason. It is through sharing experiences and having these relationships with them that we begin to understand ourselves. When someone appears in your life, you must see what is not resolved. See? When someone appears in your life, masculine, see what is not resolved or whole in the person and yourself, and understand the lessons that he or she brings home to you. So meeting your feminine drew a lesson. It drew a lesson. Even the feminine knows that. And she knows, thank you for this lesson. So the feminine understands that meeting you was divine. It was destiny. She's fully aware, or he is fully aware. But you have not got there yet. You're under the impression that it was by chance. You're under the impression fate didn't bring you together. You're under the impression of mistakes and things that you don't want, and you have control over your life. But that's not the truth. In order to learn various aspects of yourself, the people you have chosen close relationships with on this earth are usually, get this, members of your soul family. And what did the Divine Feminine have at the bottom? Soul family and tribe. You guys are definitely destined. I mean, that's just plain and simple. You have chosen to incarnate together to help both of each other learn lessons. And even though it may not seem that way to you right now, once this lesson is learned, don't be surprised if that person fades away. People are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. or in some cases, many lifetimes. Now, in the feminine's case, you were in her life for a season, for a reason. And he or she, the divine feminine, feels like you're going to fade away, like you're dropping. And they're thanking you for this lesson. Your divine feminine is saying goodbye. She is allowing you to go live your life in freedom and in peace, and release you and release the connection, because the divine feminine has been hanging on to your connection and hoping for this return, this reconciliation, and this justice. She is letting go of justice and realizing she may not ever get justice. And she's going to let that go and let the reconciliation go. Even though that's what she really desires in her heart, that's what she's planning on doing, he or she. And you, masculine, I don't think that's the case. I think that if you really did get acknowledgement about the truth of who you are and who you love, you would make a different choice. And I think if you had freedom and you had the release of these karmic cycles with the world and the freedom of karmic cycles and chains, you would come back and commit to the person where your heart is led. Because it's only natural that people follow their heart when they're healed. So I do believe if you did truly heal yourself from your past and you got out of your denial and you did see the truth, okay? Oh, there it is. I'm seeing the truth in this. Look what's underneath that. I want to fix this. Just how? I'm scared. So I think that the truth is you would want to fix this if you had really faced your truth in this relationship. That's it. That's that card. I'm going to go ahead and read fear for you because it's a bonus. And I think that's a big part of what's going on with both of you, masculine and feminine. Feminine, you're scared and fearful about letting this person go, burying them, calling it dead. And masculine, you're in fear of waking up to this connection. So we're going to read about fear. The outcome of all choices in life is determined by two emotions, fear and love. Your soul is made of the energy of love and fear, which is an earthly manifestation of a challenge, which, by the way, looks like polarity, fear and love. To embrace and wallow in fear is to go against your very being. Fear is in many disguises. It is the obstacle that your soul uses to test its tenacity to stay on track. For a soul, human life can be very difficult, but acknowledging that your soul's true nature is love will always help you find your path. When fear rears its ugly head, it is the reality of an opportunity for you to stare in the eye and turn that doubt into trust. View it as a teacher. What lesson are you trying to learn from these fearful emotions? The more you use the energy of love to diffuse fearful situations, the less often they will present themselves. Okay. So both of you, Divine Feminine, you're on track. You are learning the lesson. Facing your fear is facing the death of this relationship. That's your fear. That's your worst enemy. But you're doing it. As hard as this is, and we even felt your emotions. There were tears. There was pain in the heart. There could be shaking. There could be all kinds of things going on. Really, truly letting this person free, it feels like cutting cords. It feels like giving a child up for adoption, or leaving your family and moving to a new country and never seeing them again. It feels like that. And in some cases, it feels like a robbery. It feels like you lost something, like you had a miscarriage. It feels like that. It feels like you were going to give birth to this life, this baby. And as it was growing, you felt it inside you. And it was growing, and then you lost the baby. And now saying goodbye and seeing that lifetime before your eyes disappear. It's very sad. It is a very big loss. And that is the pain and true agony that the divine feminine is going through. It's saying goodbye. This is not a possibility anymore. And that hurts. This is the lesson you're learning, grief. And, you know, masculine, you're going to have to see your truth. And I guess the real problem for you is that the truth is ugly. It's not a very pretty truth. There are some truths that are pretty to look at, like you're artistic, you're creative, you're talented. Those are nice truths to look at. Those are some nice things to see under the surface. Magic is nice to see under the surface. But seeing you as an abandoning father or mother, ugly. Seeing you as an abusive person, ugly. Seeing you as a user or an abuser of some kind, ugly. Seeing you as an abandoner of your feminine, your true love, your soulmate, hurting her, making her cry, ugly. What you've done is ugly. It's very ugly. It's disgusting. And no wonder you don't want to look at it. Who wants to look at that? It's very ugly. Knowing that maybe some of your truth is you're a liar. You lied to people your whole life. No one really knows who you are. The truth that only you and your divine feminine one-on-one know. The tears in your eyes, the taste of your lips, the warmth of your hand, the promise from your heart. Did you hear me? Yeah. The promises from your heart. And they were really there. There was really emotions there. And you recanted. You went back on your word. Ugly. So you having to face these truths and know that you did this, you have to take responsibility that the ugly things that have happened in your life stemmed from a seed and a growth and a tree, and they branched off from lies, deceit, deception, and hidden things, keeping secrets, not really expressing yourself, not being authentic, wearing your mask. That's the truth. And the owl says, wake up. And in your darkest hours, in your darkest nights, this is when you're going to be called to wake up. So, you have to face your shadow. Let's face your shadow. Let's talk about polarity. I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm saying you've done bad things. Everyone has done bad things. But you need to look at that and know that you do have a shadow side. Face it, embrace it, forgive it with compassion, and fix it. It says here, integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of this polarity. We all have played in the shadows and dabbled in darkness throughout different lifetimes. There is no judgment from the divine on what you did or didn't do in this or any other incarnation. Source sees you as holy and lovable and worthy, even if you were part of a destruction, a deception in other times. Only we hold ourselves in judgment. We punish ourselves because we feel we are anything less than pure light. These unicorns are here to show you that there cannot be light without dark. There cannot be day without the night. Just as you could not have the capacity to hold the level of light that you do now, if you had not plunged deep into the darkness that you have been finding yourself in. You would not appreciate the good things that you have now if you had not experienced their loss. This polarity serves you beautifully, and rather than trying to disown your shadow, be proud of it, own it, and integrate it. When you do this, it can no longer hold power over you, and you can start to live your life fully and accept every part of yourself. Doing this is actually going to bring you real freedom. Freedom from the penance that you believe you have to pay for being less than pure. Freedom from the lie of original sin that has shackled humanity for centuries. Freedom from unworthiness and feeling less than others. You are perfect just as you are, with your light and your dark. And this is why the Divine Feminine loves you, shadow and light. This is why she has always believed in the good in you. Your Divine Feminine saw the good in you through the darkness, and this is that true unconditional love that she has for you. There's nothing you could do to be dark enough to make this person stop the love. This person loves you, 100. And even though you've done dark things, just like Source, there is an unconditional wave of love coming towards you. And this is what hurts her, because she wants you to appreciate her for loving you this much. She wants you to love her back for loving you this much. She wants you to embrace her for loving you this much. She wants to get reciprocation. And you need to put some compassion on yourself and stop beating yourself up and creating your own hell, because that's really what's been going on. You feel you deserve misery. You deserve to have a life of fakery. Okay? I don't know if that's a word, but I made it up. So, this fake life is your punishment. It's your penance. Your suffering at your job is your penance. Your discomfort and dis-ease in your body is your penance. Your being bossed around and controlled in your relationship is your penance. And you do this to yourself either consciously or subconsciously, punishing yourself for your dirty deeds. When really, just like the feminine, bury those dirty deeds. They are the past. You do see the truth. You will at least, and you will want to fix it. And if you want to know how, it starts by letting it go. Let it go, release that energy. You can't go back and fix the past, but you can fix the present. If you've missed 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, 10 years in someone's life, you can still go back and rebuild today. You can give them those hugs and kisses they need today. You can always heal anything with love and affection and kindness. It doesn't matter the distance or the separation or the hardships or the pain. The lesson here is that love heals all wounds. And if you just start loving today, you're on a very fast track to recovery. But it has to be you seeing the truth, waking up, and getting out of denial. So that's that, and we're going to read healing, because that's what you're working on, masculine. Number 21. Illness and pain in your body is a message for you to slow down and look within. What in your life is at a dis-ease? What in your life is wrong? Because your body is reflecting to you your life. When something goes wrong in your body, something is wrong in your mind, in your spirit. There's a spiritual connection to the body's health. And it will always tell you and give you a red flag when you are not aligned. If you are experiencing stress, masculine, if you're feeling overwhelmed or suffering from guilt or even ailments of your body, or you feel exhausted and depressed at times, it means that your body is trying to communicate with you. Your body wants you to start treating it with more love, manner, and listening to the messages it's sending you. You need to become conscious of the areas in your life that you are avoiding and suppressing. I think that's the biggest message, masculine. You are avoiding and suppressing. And this is why your body is reacting in such a very painful way. Your body wants you to start being better. Healing takes time. It's a process. Your first step towards healing is to create a safe and loving, supportive environment. And by the way, your environment over here in Karmicville is not supportive. The people around you are not going to support you making amends. The people around you are not going to support you trying to reestablish broken bonds. Not with the ones that you need to make peace with. The support that you need, the safety that you need to really heal is not currently where you're at. So you're going to have to do this healing with strangers. You're going to have to find a counselor or a Reiki specialist or a psychologist. You're going to have to find some healing with a holistic healer. You're going to have to maybe even just heal by yourself, do some guided meditations, do some big healing on your own, and just work your way through this because you are not supported in your environment. Healing takes time. It's a process. So you need to be in a supportive environment where you can listen to your inner wisdom. I would even suggest a Reiki healer for you as well. I suggested it for the feminine, and I am going to suggest it for you. See a Reiki specialist. Again, get that heart chakra going. Get a stone for the heart and start working on that heart. That's the center of everything. And your heart needs healing. Both of you need heart chakra healing. So masculine, this is your healing journey. This is what's happening with you. It's time for you to start seeing the truth. And on that path, you're going to discover, most likely, that you want to fix some of your history. You want to make amends. You want to make peace. You want to let go. You want to fix your karma. You want to be a better person. You want to live a better life. And intuitively, the best way to move about this is to start making changes in your environment and how you feel and act. And mostly, you need to make peace. You need to go make peace with the people you've hurt. Make peace. Make closure or make a reconciliation. But you need to decide to make this better. And it's going to require you to take the mask off to do it. And it's going to require you to get in those feelings that you've been suppressing and oppressing those feelings. Okay. Divine Feminine, we're going to start off with you here in the ending. Well, I'm not going to start. I already started. I'm going to finish off here is what I mean. With you in the ending, we're going to read about love and we're going to read about strength. Okay, I'm going to read love first. I just love these cards. You are love, feminine, and you commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, even people that hurt you. You try to see the good in everything and everybody. You are love, and it's your inherent vibration. The obstacles and challenges of the physical dimension attempt to trick you into thinking that there are other ways to view life. But there is only one way that is natural to you, and this is love. Now, let that sink in, because Divine Feminine, what it means by the world tries to trick you in the physical dimension into thinking there's other ways to view life. This is you trying to force yourself in a masculine perspective. Swords, fire. You're being told to think logically, to make better logical choices, to think with your mind, to take actions with what's common sense, to be wiser. This is what the physical dimension attempts to trick you into thinking. But honoring the Divine Feminine is really embracing your vulnerability, which is the fact that you are vulnerable because you are love. This is your inherent nature. You are the embodiment and represent the vibration of love. So you're naturally supposed to vibrate in a loving way. Thank you, markers, for taking care of whatever drama is going on. Thank you. So your natural vibration is to love others. And that is who you're supposed to be. Love is the best gift. And even though it's vulnerable to love your enemies and love those that don't love you back and love people that are dark and shadowy and you see the best in them, this is your nature. It means it's natural to you. It's the embodiment of your essence of who you are. You were not created to be logical. You were created to be loving. And you should embrace that. Jordan, why don't you just leave? I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to just go because your message is not going to come across. Moving forward. This card simply reminds you that your soul is made of God's pure divine vibrational force of love, and that you need to bring this awareness to bear on every aspect of your life and being. Love is a healing energy. All anxiety and drama cannot exist in the aura of love. Most souls have come back upon this earth to learn and accept and utilize this harmonic force and to see the effects of love in their lives. It is your time to remind others of the strength of their own power of God and assist them in knowing fully that love is the most powerful element in the universe. It builds, fortifies, and strengthens even the most lost person. Seeing you have strength. So this is your strength. Your love is your strength. When we live in the power of love, Divine Feminine, then and only then will we know the truth. True love is the spiritual link between us and God. It will guide our footsteps through the conflicts of the material world and will cleanse our hearts of unwanted facets of the human personality. The unwanted facets of the human personality. It will cleanse our hearts. And you are the cleanser. And you are what the masculine has been denying. Look at that, cleanse in reverse. Here you are with love, trying to cleanse and purify this connection. But the other person's been denying that. Don't bury yourself in misery or guilt, Feminine. Don't bury yourself in grief. Don't let this person, even if they're a twin flame, take out your vibration of love, which is vulnerable, sensitive. I'm going to tell you this. The masculine was created to protect you because he resembles and embodies the emperor. He was created to protect you, to safeguard you, to love you and appreciate you, and treat you like a jewel. That's what he was created to do. And honor you. Because the world wants to tear you to shreds. Because you can be violated. Because you can be torn apart. Thank you, Marcus Dreamer, for the $5. You're so sweet. Mic drop. And so that's what the masculine was created to do, the emperor, to be the embodiment of ultimate love and protection for love, which is the femme. And feminine, you were created to be vulnerable, raw, real. You were created to be this very sensitive, very vulnerable, very delicate essence of love, which needs protection. Because love gets thrown around every day. Love gets taken advantage every day. Love is burned and love is torn to shreds. Love is not valued as it should be. And there has been a loss of masculine, feminine balance in this world. And certainly in your relationship. So the message of today is be authentic. If you are vulnerable, sensitive, and you are love, be that. Spirit will send you the rightful protector. Because if this masculine down here is not protecting you and loving you and being righteous by you as the emperor should be, then he is not the emperor. And I'm not saying he's not who his soul and spirit is to you. I'm saying he's not embodying that. The same way if you quit embodying love, it doesn't mean you're not the divine feminine, but it means you wouldn't be embodying who you are. If you quit loving yourself and loving other people, you would not be the high vibration of the divine feminine. You would not be the empress. You would be something else. So keep being the empress. And even if your emperor has not stepped up, you just stick to being the empress anyways. Because by you being in an empress energy, you demand an emperor by your side. Like peanut butter and jelly. And spirit will bring you that partner, even if it is not this masculine. You will find that emperor because you will righteously so be vibrating in your truth and your authenticity, and spirit will send you a rightful partner. Thank you so much for the super chat of the $9.99. Thank you. So, yes, that's a beautiful message. Let's talk about your strength. It's going to be very hard to accept some of the difficulties in this lesson, but you, in essence, are very thankful to your masculine for showing you who you are and your path and your journey, and you're grateful. And even though it's going to tear you apart, to let this person be completely free and go and call this dead, this is what's needed for resolution in the painful new beginning of the Six of Swords, which is leaving rocky waters, leaving a very difficult situation behind, and getting on to the other side where there is going to be some happiness, leaving this painful situation behind. And that's what you're going to be doing. So let's read how hard that's going to be with strength. This challenge, Divine Feminine, will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in this very difficult situation. When pressure is applied to coal, it transforms. I can't tell me. When pressure is applied to coal, it transforms into glittering diamonds. And yesterday, Divine Feminine, you got the card shining bright like a diamond. So there you go. We are similarly tested at points on our soul journey so our hearts can let more love in. Our wisdom can deepen and we can rise higher into our light. You may be facing a challenge by grieving for a loved one or have had your heart broken. You may feel as though your life has been torn to shreds and you are scared and alone. Call on this unicorn to hold you, love you, and support you. Let them carry you on their backs, just like Jesus carried the man. In the Footprints poem and in the picture with the wands and the burdens. Okay, let this beautiful horse carry you, hold you and support you, this unicorn. Let him carry you on his back to go through this very deep initiation. So understand this is very, very deep. And I can't emphasize that enough. Divine Feminine, this is the deepest thing you've had to do. One of the deepest things for sure. If there's others, this is definitely one of the deepest. You may be facing this challenge, okay? Let yourself grieve or feel vulnerable. There's the Rhema word. For as long as you need to in order to fully heal. Know that you have the strength to come through this on the other side, and you will. You have been through so many trials in your lifetime, and you have persevered and prevailed through all of them. This will also be sought through. When you are ready, look for the hidden gift in this experience and the reason your soul called it in. For at this time, know that just like that piece of coal, you will emerge from this experience glittering bright like a diamond. Oh, it's so beautiful. And my singles reading yesterday for the Divine Feminine, you got bright like a diamond. You got 9 of Pentacles. You are the shining star. You are the radiant light. You are Denarius in that reading. You are the one that has a lot to offer. You are a prize. You are a diamond. You are worthy. And vibrate in that. Shine in that. Everyone sees it. Everyone notices it. You just be you, bright like a diamond. Let spirit and the rest of the universe work out the rest. You're taking action to love yourself and heal yourself and be strong, stronger than you've ever had to be, to bury this and let this go. Because this was a true love. This was a soulmate, a twin flame, a destined partner. This was your heart, man. And for you to have to bury this, that's burying a child. That's burying a future. That's burying one of the best parts of yourself. That takes a very strong feminine, but very strong is who and what you are. So you're going to come out of being entrapped. And we're going to read that because this is obviously, we all know it's already codependency. And it's sorry that try to get through. You are letting too many things in your environment control your life, feminine. You have drawn this card because it's time, exactly been your reading for days. You're shitty, feminine, for your life, and choose new ways of thinking that can create some change. The reality is that for you to make the changes you want, need, and desire, you need a system. If you blame outside influences for your circumstance right now, you will remain powerless. It's the government, or it's your abusive background. It's your ex. It's your masculine's fault. It's the karmic's fault. All of these blockages are going to make you helpless under their power. The system that many ultra successful people use is they read books every day. They listen, they go to seminars, they work out. The time is still clicking. Now